So I did a debate with this guy called Anti-War Mindset on the subject of veganism, and he did a terrible job during the debate. He asked for the debate. I agreed to the debate. I was told that it was going to be a 1v1, but it ended up being a 2v1 against me, and everyone still thinks I won the debate. Even the other guy that joined in as the number two, he admits that I won the debate, right? So this guy got wrecked on the debate, and as the number two described, I was basically just enjoying ragdolling him, especially on the appeal to authority thing, because 12-year-old me could have ragdolled him on that just as hard as I did today, like 2 decades later. So, like, he's a German that didn't know how to pronounce Haber and Haber process. Like, the number of blunders, it just... I can't even make a list, there were so many. So this guy got wrecked in the debate, and him and his buddy have been obsessed with how this debate was lost. And this English guy here, this ADHD guy that's just on Adderall withdrawal non-stop, he is just posting community posts railing about this non-stop because I'm not giving him attention. And here's what he wrote for his post, right? That was 3 hours ago. And 2 hours ago, this account here, which I knew was Shield the moment I saw it appear on, like, because he's been making videos about this bullshit for the past fucking, like, it's just non-stop. So he's got a video here, a video here, a video here, and then a video, no, that's something else, and then the actual debate here. So he's got 3 videos on this, right? And this account just kept appearing, commenting on those videos to say, Shield won, Shield actually won this debate. I think Shield won because XYZ, right? So as soon as I saw that comment, the first comment from this account, I knew this was my debate opponent trying to pretend that he won using a Soccer account, right? So, I finally called him out on it today. Like, I thought it was about time, seeing as I'm pretty much done with these people, and I thought it would be funny to just, put the final nail in the coffin of this whole funny little saga. Oh my god, Carnist cuck's blown the fuck out. Oh, this is so funny. I never thought it would end like this, but I think this is a good way for it to end. Well, this is the perfect ending for this whole thing. So we have this guy here saying, Shield is intellectually superior to this guy. That's a fact. That's fact. So that's another really conspicuously funny, really motivated comment. And then the English guy who is either genuinely oblivious that this is Shield, which is funny. It's like he can't notice that this is Shield, but I can. Like, this is meant to be his friend that he's known for a long time, and I've known this guy for a few days, and I can spot his Soccer accounts. So he's either pretending that he doesn't know that this is Shield and just going along with it to shit on Shield, which would be really funny if that was the case. But I think I'm, giving this guy too much credit here, especially after his performance during the debate and the subsequent behaviour after it. I think what's actually going on here is that this guy hasn't even noticed that this is Shield, and he's just arguing with him like a plonker. He doesn't even know. So he says, still lost the debate. The debate was an open goal for him, and he fumbled it hard. Just leave aside, ignore the fact that Carnists get blown the fuck out in debates all the time. That's why they hate debating vegans, and they just, do these community post things. Like, we've known for years now that vegans have won the debate, and it's like creationism from 2006 to 2010 on YouTube, where it's just all these other tactics that involve avoiding debates, because whenever they actually do take them on in debates, they just get absolutely mopped the floor with. It's just we'll just totally ignore that and just keep going. So he's saying that he lost the debate and it was his fault, not the fact that he's fighting an uphill battle. This is it. Like, he sort of just gives it away here. It's a tell. He says the debate was an open goal for him when it was the complete opposite, because there was no way he was ever going to fucking come off looking good at all in the debate. And then Shield replies with his Soccer account and says, Shield won, really, he was winner. He was winner. You're winner. He cited better studies. He found flaws in his opponent, evidences, etc. So I decided it's finally time to just end this charade. So I punched a prompt into DeepSeek, and it says, in German, The structure often places the verb in second position, so really he was winner it might come directly translating war wirklich der Gewinner, leading to the adverb placement. Missing articles are common in German English learners because German uses articles differently. Here, the winner is missing the article, which a native English speaker would include. Next, he cited better studies, he found flaws in his opponent evidences, etc. The use of etc. at the end is more typical of German academic writing, where USW, und so weiter is commonly used. In English, especially in formal context, people might use and so on or just end the list. Also, opponent evidences has a pluralization error. Evidence is usually uncountable in English, so opponent's evidence would be correct. The comma splice between the two independent clauses is another issue. A semicolon or conjunction would be better here. German speakers might also overuse certain structures, like starting sentences with adverbs, as in, really he, which mirrors German syntax. Additionally, the lack of possessive apostrophe in opponent evidences could be due to direct translation from German, where possession is often shown with von, of, rather than apostrophes. Putting it all together, article omission, adverb placement, comma splices, pluralization errors, and the use of etc. point towards a German speaker whose English isn't fluent. These mistakes align with common errors German speakers make due to differences in grammar rules between the two languages. Then this glitched out, but I just did a straight copy paste, I wasn't even taking my time with this. It was just a sealing the coffin, The provided text does exhibit characteristics that could suggest the writer is a first-language German speaker with limited English proficiency. Here's the breakdown. Grammar structure issues common in German speakers. Article omission, really he was winner, missing the winner. German often omits articles in contexts where English requires them. For example, war Sieger versus he was the winner. Adverb placement, really he was. German syntax often places adverbs at the start. Wirklich war leading to direct translation errors in English, he was really. Possessive errors. Opponent evidences, missing a possessive apostrophe, opponent's evidence. German uses genitive case, die Beweis des Gegners, or von, so apostrophe rules are often misapplied. Pluralization of uncountable nouns. Evidences to evidence is typically uncountable in English, but German, Beweis is plural, leading to overt pluralization. Stylistic features, formal abrupt tone. The terse phrasing, he cited better studies, mirrors German academic writing, which often prioritizes brevity over fluidity. Use of etc. German speakers frequently use etc. from Latin in both formal and informal contexts, like German USW, whereas native English writers might prefer and so on or omit it entirely in casual writing. Other non-native patterns, comma splice. He cited better studies, he found flaws. Run-out sentences are common due to German allowing more flexible comma usage between clauses. Literal translation, phrases like he was winner and opponent evidences suggest direct translation from German structures. War Sieger, Gegner, Beweis. Conclusion, yes, the text strongly resembles the writing style of a German native speaker with intermediate/poor English. The errors align with common German to English interferences, for example, article omission, possessive issues, adverb placement, and stylistic choices, etc., abrupt clauses. A native English speaker would write, he was actually the winner, he cited better studies and found flaws in his opponent's evidence, among other things. And then I think he replied with something else, and it might be hidden here in the context. I think I screenshotted whatever was in between these. Yeah. The additional excerpts further reinforce the hypothesis that the writer is a first-language German speaker with intermediate/poor English proficiency. Below is an expanded list of recurring patterns, grammatical errors, and stylistic features consistent with German linguistic interference. Linguistic interference, I love it. That's great. Also, this is a funny part here. Awkward preposition/word order examples. Mr. Pink in yellow, by interrupted him, cause Kazuya's only problems to him. And DeepSeek says gibberish, actually just says gibberish. Gibberish due to scrambled syntax. Scrambled syntax. Likely intended, Mr. Pink in yellow interrupted him, causing problems for him. He pointed crucial flaws with this person's studies. With is awkward, in would be standard. Flaws in this studies. German influence, German prepositional cases, for example, mit equals with, and flexible word order, for example, placing verbs at the end, lead to direct translation errors. Comma splices and run-on sentences examples. Shield points out that it is corrupt, its scientific articles are very flawed and even lack any references. When Shield replied, then his answers were very good. German influence, German allows commas to separate independent clauses. Sagte, es sie korrupt, die Artikel seien fehlerhaft, whereas English requires conjunctions or periods. Stylistic and rhetorical patterns, abrupt/formal tone, phrases like his responses were solid and he was geschgallert or terse, mimicking German academic brevity. I think that one's a little bit more loose. But I do understand what it's trying to say there, but yeah, a little bit. Rhetorical questions. What did his opponent do? He gave dishonest answers. Mirrors German debate styles where rhetorical questions scaffold arguments. Yeah, Germans and Russians, I've noticed, do this sort of stuff a lot. Capitalization for emphasis. My dentist and brushing teeth. German capitalizes all nouns, which may explain inconsistent English capitalization for mockery / emphasis. This is funny. Imagine if this is actually true and it's not just really speculative. Imagine if that's true and that directly determined which letters he capitalized in this cringe format. I hate this. I hate this stupid SpongeBob Reddit cringe. My god, this is so terminally online on Reddit. I hate when people do that. My god. Every time I look at that shit, I'm just disgusted at whoever just did it. Imagine sitting there, typing that shit into your keyboard. What a loser. Overuse of etc. Problem of sample, etc. reflects German USW. And so weiter, commonly used in both formal and informal contexts. Verb and collocation errors. Collocation? Is it collocation? Yeah. Here was Geschgallop, misspelling, misuse of Geschgallop, debate tactics. I had facepan then. Missing verb, I facepanned. He gave dishonoured answers and logical fallacies. Collocation error, used logical fallacies. German influence, direct translation of phrasal verbs, for example, facepalm haben, and noun-verb pairings, fallacies geben. Literal translations of German idioms. This is really good, I think. No, wait, not. Yeah. These are really interesting. Literal translations of German idioms. Some university accepted it. Ma mimics German automatopoeia for dismissiveness similar to me. I wasn't sure what this meant at first, but then I looked at it and yeah, that actually does make sense. But this is the funniest one. Cleared doubts. This does just sound fucking obviously German to me, just as an English speaker that's talked to Germans for years. Cleared doubts just seems like such a German phrase. I would say it cleared the doubts or cleared all doubts or went some way to clearing doubts, but I would never say cleared doubts. Like that's just so it's just so clearly more harsh, isn't it? It cleared doubts, like it's a more decisive way of saying it that just is not natural to. I would never say cleared doubts. I would say doubts were cleared or it cleared some doubts. I would never really say cleared doubts. And it says here that it's a direct translation of Zweifel ausräumen. Better would be cleared up doubts. Zweifel ausräumen. Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. This is when AI is actually really useful because it can notice these things. I would tend to notice these things as well, but an AI just, does it at light speed with all the languages that there are. Pronoun and conjunction issues. When Shield replied, then his answers were very good. Redundant then. Yeah, because he already said when. When Shield replied, his answers were very good. When Shield replied, then. Yeah, it's totally right here. Redundant then. German dan often follows conjunction like wenn. Yeah. What is more Shield's follow-up video? Clear doubts. Missing comma after more. Yeah, even when I was reading that, no comma being there just threw me. And awkward phrasing. German. Was noch mehr ist. Conclusion. The writer's errors, article omission, possessive mistakes, pluralization issues, comma splices, and literal German translations strongly align with the profile of a German native speaker. Stylistic habits, terseness, rhetorical questions, capitalization further support this. A native English speaker would avoid these patterns and use more fluid phrasing, accurate collocations, and standard punctuation. Key takeaway, the errors are systematic and rooted in German linguistic structures confirming the hypothesis. Because obviously I put the hypothesis to DeepSeek and told it what to look for, what I was trying to find, and it looked and it confirmed it. And I've done tests like this before with other people. This is not the first time I've used AI to do this because it is useful, and this is the most decisive result it's ever given me on this kind of a prompt. So he accuses me of asking the AI just whatever language it was. Let's have a look. I think I have a screenshot of that. Alright, so here are some screenshots of this. Try to find... Nah, I don't have that screenshot immediately on hand, but I asked the AI to confirm that it was German because I already knew it was German. I already knew it was him, it was Shield, hiding behind a sock account, so I just asked the AI to confirm it was German because that would confirm it's Shield. Because who else would dick ride Shield after that terrible debate performance? Like, this guy that this is on has 262 subscribers, so what's the chances that there's going to be another German there that's going to immediately just dick ride on every single community post or video that this guy uploads to try and, jerk Shield's dick over his terrible debate performance? And it's obviously Shield, so... And I knew that before today. I knew that as soon as this account appeared and started doing the dick riding, so I just knew the whole time. So for him to pretend that I was trying to just figure out what language was his first tongue, well, that was his tactic. He tried to be evasive and pretend that I just suspected that he wasn't an English speaker for some reason and tried to figure out. Like, I just go around asking random people, wait a minute, what's your first language? As if I would ever care. No, I knew it was Shield the whole time, and I just looked for the AI to confirm that for me. Oh man. So I responded to that silly suggestion by saying, nope, I asked it if it could confirm what I already knew and noticed days ago, but was too polite to draw attention to, which I was. You know, I just let this simmer until now. Looks like I wasn't the only one. And I was trying to, you know, get the English guy to volunteer that he knew as well. I still suspect he might have noticed and he was just doing what I was doing as well and, you know, being coy and just, you know, not absolutely murdering. It's up until this moment, this guy hasn't yet been humanely slaughtered. Like, I am humanely slaughtering him right now with a captive stun bolt. Before, like, that's what this all was. Like, I've captive stun bolted him before I humanely slaughter him to be humane and not sadistic, so it's okay. That's what's happening right now. So maybe that's what the English guy was doing as well. So I tried to suggest that maybe the English guy actually knew, but he didn't affirm that he knew. He's not affirmed that he knew at all. So I've actually started to think it's quite likely that he just doesn't know. Maybe he still doesn't know because he doesn't seem to have good ability to concentrate or remember things or just pay attention in general. Like everything about his cognitive abilities are pretty much suspect to me at this point, from everything I've seen from the guy. So I said, you guys are not very good at this whole YouTube drama thing, lol. And that was once again to at least try and get him to say that he knows, you know, like, come on, just at least say, at least if you didn't know yet, at least admit that this is what's going on here, that this guy's using a sock account to try and shore up his reputation on this 260 subscriber channel, and that's what's going on here. It's so funny, man. This whole thing is just so funny. This is entertaining. Like, this is one for the books. And then he responded, sorry, but I'm still shocked. You literally use AI to determine my native language? Yeah, right. I already knew what your native language was. As if you were suspecting that I'm a spy, a bot or something. Look, see how hard he tries to avoid the obvious conclusion? Like, I've already made the accusation, like, pretty clearly here. I've made the accusation. If you're so smart... Like, this is the thing, like, he has a serious inferiority complex. Which I think he should. Like, Germans usually do better than this. In these sorts of arenas, like, I usually have a higher guard for Germans, and this guy has just shot it to pieces. If you're so smart, then you should know that the internet is full of people whose native language is not English. So he's admitted that it's not his first language. So which first language is it? By the way, I'm waiting for you to use AI again. You can help with my English. Now you can use AI again. Ha ha ha. Then I said, needless to say, your replies have just confirmed it even further, which they have. Like, the fact he's been so defensive and butthurt and angry at me over... Well, I haven't even been aggressive here. All I've done is paste what an AI said about his stuff, and then, you know... and I repudiated his suggestion about what I was doing, because it was so obviously silly. Like, he's playing dumb and hoping I don't call him out on it. Like, he's hoping he can get away with just playing dumb here. Yeah, your replies have just confirmed even further. I don't know why you're so upset about this. Again, it was always pretty obvious. So I'm just noticing the pattern of how easily he gets riled up. Like, he's one easy guy to get riled up, you know? Like, during the debate, his buddy there, the English guy, was pointing out that he was just losing his temper constantly and just shouting and just screaming over, like, the second half of every sentence I started to utter. So he's just doing it again. He's getting upset immediately. That's what he does. That's how he reacts to anything. Very masculine behaviour, isn't it? To just immediately get upset as fuck at anything that happens that's even remotely threatening or challenging. Just get upset. Could do a lot of psychoanalysis here with this, and the other positions that these people have that they volunteer at the outset of when you meet them. It was always pretty obvious. Not very good at this YouTube thing, the internet drama thing, or debating. Don't give up your day job, not that anyone would believe you if you said you could get one at this point. And then this guy just jumps in, not even able to keep up with the conversation and what's going on. Like, my god, he has no idea what I'm saying or why I'm saying it or who I'm addressing. Like, he can't even recognise the context clues, and he just starts going off in one of his rants that are just boring. So I just respond with, wasn't talking to you, didn't read anything you wrote, all of these replies have been to Shield and what he said, which is, yeah, I just don't care about this, like, it's just boring, I don't want to get sidetracked. Like, what's funny here, the only thing that's interesting about any of this, the post, the comments on it, the only thing that's interesting about anything going on here is this guy in his sock account trying to shore up his reputation after he got fucking ragdolled during the debate. That's really funny. That is really funny. And then I respond with, my YouTube partner support might know the answer to that. My YouTube partner support agent might know the answer to that. What do you think? Is this his mum? That would explain it too. Because, like, what if I had it confirmed to me by YouTube partner support that it's the same IP address as the other account, and then he would have to make up something to excuse that. He'd have to actually say, that isn't me, that's my mum that's doing this. I haven't left any of these comments, that's my mum. Like, it's from the same IP, and obviously AI's recognised that it's German, so it's either him or it's his mum, you know? I don't know. He would have to make up something, wouldn't he? He wouldn't come clean. And then he responds with, so I'm now Shield's mother? Oh my god, this is getting better and better. Then I replied with, those are literally the only two options for anyone reading this at this point, laugh my arse off, which I was, it was so funny. And then he replies with, nah, I think you can think about something even better. So that's it, he just responds with that, but I'm confident that I've made the case at this point, and I just go off and do something else. But I did come back and check, and look at this. It's gone. It's gone. And the only way it can be gone is if he deleted his original comment. Like, let's have a look. I'm going to click onto the comment. Going to click onto it. It's not there. It's not there. So, and if I refresh... Nah, it's not going to do it like that, is it? It's just gone. Like, he deleted his top comment. The parent comment is gone, and all of the daughter comments are gone as well. Like, this is it. All I've got now is this tab that has the whole conversation, because he wiped it all. So he lost the debate, which is one thing, right? And this guy spurged because I pointed out he was dishonest. Like, it says here, implying his dishonesty. But this is hilarious. Like, I implied, I didn't even imply his dishonesty. I explicitly identified and called it out. He's totally dishonest. He can't even admit that sauerkraut contains K2, that carrots contain the precursor for vitamin A, which means vitamin A is just not a problem, that the entire brassica family of vegetables contains B6. He can't admit any of this, so his video is still just misinformation. And look, I go back 3 hours and it's not there. Like, there's some of his Spergen comments that I just ignored because they're boring. It's gone. So, Shield lost the debate. Even his English buddy admits that he lost the debate, and he got ragdolled, and instead of just, you know, going off and cracking open a book, actually learning something, because I identified all this stuff that he just doesn't know, that I knew when I was like 10, 11, 12, when I first found the internet and could read Wikipedia. Instead of just learning any of that, he's just sitting doing this shit. Like, he's sitting there hiding behind sock accounts, trying to pretend, because no one else will, that he won the debate. It's just embarrassing. Like, I think this guy's dead after this. Like, I think that's him just totally permanently wrecked. So, vegans win once again. Carnist cuck blown the fuck out. Dug the hole deeper and deeper, kept digging it, and finally I've just gotten the shovel and started chucking the dirt onto the open grave. Yep, nail is in the coffin. The shovelfuls of dirt are covering it. This Carnist is wrecked. Job done.